Good Monday morning, everybody. How are you doing? How was your weekend? And what do you have planned for your week? Yeah, I'm not in a good mood, but I tried. This has been a disaster from start to finish trying to get this movie review. Hello, cat. Trying to get, excuse me, trying to get this movie review going and online and the whole thing. And when I'm nervous, I gotta fidget with my hair. So no more fidgeting. This is my co-star, Callie Cat. She will probably come and go. So let's get going. I am reviewing a Halloween horror spectacular horror film called Live Evil. My favorite genre of horror has always been zombies and then ghosts and then demons. This, no ghosts in it. I thought there were some zombies, but they turned out to be demons. So, hey, we're good. Starring, or at least featured in this film, are Charlene Amoria, who had one episode this year of American Horror Story, which I feel like, and How I Met Your Mother. She was on How I Met Your Mother. We also have Vladimir Coolidge, who is in the TV show Vikings, which is actually a very good TV show. If you haven't seen it, go online and find it and check it out, especially the first season. First season is excellent. He also spent some time on Angels, the David Boreanaz spinoff of Buffy, the Vampire Slayer. It's Buffy, actually. And there's also a young man named Vincent M. Ward who was on The Walking Dead, which is a great thing to have on your resume. And he played Oscar in one of they first found the prison. He was one of the prisoners. He played I think he was on 7 episodes, but I'm not positive. I think it was 7. So let me give you a synopsis of this film. Basically, it's about a small town, very isolated, and they have a sheriff and 3 or 4 deputies. I'm thinking 4. There was a woman and 3 men. I'm not positive on that. And it's Halloween night, and everything that can go wrong does go wrong on a paranormal level, such as the female deputy, the woman gets called to a house where there's, I guess, a party was going on, and then they have a call of gunshots fired, which I don't know how anybody heard gunshots at all. And this was a huge, huge estate. But as soon as, and she can't get in, nobody will let her in. So I think she either jumps the fence or somebody accidentally, or the gate opens, probably by supernatural ways. And she gets in and she goes in the house, and well, there's bodies everywhere. Dead bodies here, dead bodies there, everywhere. The one person she finds alive is sitting or standing. I don't remember, because she was completely naked, and I was kind of taking that in and wondering, what has this got to do with this story? And of course, she freaks out when she sees her, not because she's naked, which I don't think registered with her, but because she thought she was somebody else, and she was saying, "You're not her, you're not her." Okay, and that's where that storyline ends, as far as who she thought she was and the whole thing. She does arrest the woman, gets her covered up, and takes her to the jail. Immediately upon seeing this woman, people just lose their mind because everybody who sees her as someone in their lives that was the worst person. Think of the worst person in your life. Someone who did something so bad to you that you want to kill them, because and there they are, you have the chance. You're not thinking that, well, they're already dead. You're not thinking that that can't be them because of blah blah blah. What you're thinking is, I just want to kill him. The worst one turns out to be the the sheriff, because we find out immediately who he thinks she is, and it's his father. Um, this is a big issue, and it takes a long time for the officer, the female officer, to talk him down. Eventually he does, but then of course the other deputies see somebody else and they all want to kill her. There's people in jail. There's a set of kids. They're not kids. They're, anybody 20 years younger than me is a kid. And trust me, these were more than 20 years younger than me. But they have a storyline. It's not clear to me. I did take a few notes. They were about who people were and a little bit of what they did. But basically, this woman makes everyone nuts. And her end game is to get them. She's a demon from I mean, nobody really says, "Oh, she's a demon." But she's a demon. And all you have to do is basically look at her. Some people lose their minds, and other people just look at her and turn. And they start doing her bidding. Her bidding is not real clear. I'm not sure what she wanted. I'm not sure what she was there for. There's not one little cathartic aha moment where it all ties together. And I don't want to give you the whole story. There seems to be two different levels of demons here. One of them are the green glowing skull faced people that have ratty tatty hair. I don't know what that's like. And they come up, they literally rise from the grave. And then there's the red-eyed demons that seem to be alive people, and you shoot them and you kill them, and they raise they stay down sometime until they feel like I don't know if they get a signal or if they wait and see an opening, but just up out of the clear blue sky they jump up and do the worst thing they can. They have an end game somewhere. So and you can't, is it giving away too much if I say you can't really kill these people very easily? These demons, and in real life, I tend to believe you can't kill them, but you can hold them at bay, send them away, whatever, is the issue with them. These people, these demons, are difficult in that sense. So eventually, some of the green glowing demons take, who do they take? They take somebody into the church where we find Tony Todd, who we've already actually seen outside smoking and looking around. It's foggy and it's creepy. This movie does have a creep factor. It does. The feeling of the film is excellent. I've seen really good horror films that didn't do this well, and I'm talking about some of the really, some films you would have heard of and maybe heard of a few times because they're sequels, but this one does it right. Whoever was directing or producing or creating the atmosphere and the ambiance in this film knew what they were doing. So, anyways, I'm going to stop right there and just tell you what I think of the movie in full. Um, my first issue is with Tony Todd himself. He is one of our great horror actors. He's right up there with who has played Michael Myers a few times. No, who has played Jason a few times, more than any other actor. Um, I'm trying to think, and all I can think is of his character names. I'm sorry, but he is up there, probably high up there. He has an amazing voice. He could certainly do Shakespeare if he wanted to do that, although it would probably be pretty boring after playing Candyman. Um, so, we're dealing with an actor of high caliber, and I don't think he has to play horror films. I think because he's been typecast that's what he gets offered the most. But he isn't used well in this film. It, he's not. It's almost like he has nothing to do, and a lot of characters in this film and in a lot of films are just filler material, no matter how great they are and what great actors they are. Um, this film was very lucky to get Tony Todd. And I don't know what deal was struck. He may have known the directors or producers and wanted to help them, and he certainly did. Um, but he didn't. There's no meat, and put down your knife. There's no meat. he 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 plays this priest, and people say, oh no, he's gonna. No, he's not a bad priest. He's not a bad person. We really don't know anything about him except that he's a priest. I believe they do give him a Catholic book for the rites of exorcism, and I don't know any other um, church that has that, except maybe the churches that are offshoots of the Catholic Church, but Episcopalian, maybe there may be, not that I'm completely aware of, but front or back, front or back. Ah, okay. Well, that's good. Hubby, it's my hubby. So I do believe he's a priest. Um, so that's probably why he's used. From That's probably why the people who use him in the film go to him, because he's Catholic, as opposed to the Baptist guy, which this is in a southern town, so probably not a lot of Baptists there, but they don't go to the Lutheran church, or there's got to be more than just a Catholic church. So, anyways, that's my major beef, is they take an actor with that caliber and don't use him. They don't give him anything. I don't know if everybody knows what I'm saying is they don't use him or he has nothing to do. He doesn't get the type of part where he can be, where he can show off his talent, where he can make a big speech, or he can, sorry, or he can, be a big part of the film. He's not. I waited and waited and waited to see him, and when I finally did, I was very disappointed. So that's my biggest beef. My other beefs are just kind of like storylines that start and are just dumped. Um, Storylines that I see could have started and gone somewhere and didn't. Um, I really, I don't understand. I understand these movies have a certain budget, and this one wasn't online, so I couldn't really tell you how much money they had. If they paid, maybe that was part of the problem. They didn't have a big enough budget to give Tony Todd what he would normally get, so he only did this much, and it's not his fault for not what he gets paid. I mean, he is paid a certain amount for each film he does. There are rules and laws from um, the what's it, the unions. If you say a word, you get more money. Um, and perhaps there's something about if you appear in more than one scene, you get more money. So it may be a money thing. I don't know, but it just didn't. It was a mistake. The the storyline is very, it's not cohesive. You don't get, okay, this happens and this happens and this happens, and at the end you've got the conclusion of the story. And even then, sometimes in some movies you're like, huh? But in this one, I don't know. At one point in the movie, they call in the FBI, and they're kind of like Scully and Mulder lookalikes or act-alikes, or they want, maybe kind of want you to rem- they want you to remember Scully and Mulder as you see them. And I just I found that kind of funny, but then they didn't have anything to do either. And then at one point there's this girl who was clearly a demon. The last time we saw her, she was in they put this woman, as we saw her, in the jail cell next to this girl. And the girl was drunk, probably from some party, probably lucky she got away from the other party alive. But then they bring the reason the other party was was bad and put it in the cell next to her. She ends up being a demon and ends up getting loose, and we see her running around with her eyes glowing. All of their eyes glow. Um, if you're just like kind of bewitched, I would say you glow white. And then along the way, some way, especially if you're shot and you come back, your eyes are red. And then of course there's the skull, glowing green eyes, green cast, and those are people that were mostly raised from the dead, and they're pissed, and they're headed towards the priest. I would run. But so then again, maybe 10, 15 minutes later, you see her out running around with the sheriff. She's outside of the station, and they're trying to, I think, get people into position where they can, start shooting these demons, even though for the most part it does it does no good. And she all of a sudden isn't a demon anymore, that I can tell. So we don't know how she got out of that and why they didn't take that and use that on other people to get more people on their side. But they don't. So acting, Tony Todd could be reading the phone book and I would sit there and watch him. The other, acting isn't the problem here. It really isn't. The people who have the bigger parts are great actors. Even um, I can't really say, oh, it's this person wasn't a great actor or he didn't do this part well. I can't say that of any one person in the film because they were all pretty good. I will say that, having said that, maybe the plot was a big problem here, and I there when you're, now I've never done any acting, but I sit and watch it 24/7 since I was a kid, and I know a good actor when I see one, even when they're an independent actor and I've never seen them in a film before. And so, a lot of the people that had potential just didn't have a lot of storyline. It was jumped from one scene to another to another to another, and then back, to certain scenes, and you really didn't get cohesion. You didn't get the plot. At least I didn't. You didn't get the plot. Um, Things happen, and I think my husband and I looked at each other a couple of times, like, "What? Did that just happen? What was that?" But so that was a problem for me. What wasn't a problem is that I can see this movie in 10 years playing at midnight with people laughing their ass off because they think this film is hilarious. And it's meant to be a comedy. It's billed as a horror comedy, and I did get that. But you can still do a horror comedy and come out on top. And you had people there that were capable of acting, and they did. I believe they did their best and they did well. And I have, that's a good thing. But anyways, 10 years from now, people are probably going to be watching this film, even in somebody's living room. They'll find this little film and say, "Wow, that's pretty funny," and it'll go from there. It has that potential. I'm not sure that's what the showrunners, the filmmakers wanted to happen, but that's probably what's going to happen. It's probably the best thing that could happen to this film right now. This film was done in 2015, so there's been a lot of water under the bridge as far as filmmaking goes, but I believe they brought it out of uh, full retirement to cash in on the fact that we have films now like The Conjuring and the Exorcism movies and the Ouija board movies, and so demons are kind of a big thing. And there really hasn't been a comedy demon movie for a while that I can remember. So, they're trying to fill a niche, and that's good. That's fine. So, that is what we have here. It's called Live Evil. I would give it a 3.5 out of 5 stars. Trust me, I've given much lower to films that were highbrow and sucked. So this movie does not suck. It I hope I'm not getting too old to enjoy films like this. I don't think I am. I still enjoy Zombieland. I still enjoy Shaun of the Dead. Um, Anything that comes out like that, I will watch and probably enjoy. And I did not. It wasn't that I didn't enjoy this film in several places. It's just that I would have liked for the story to start here and go all the way around and meet at some place so everything could be, um, explained. But I would take, if I were you, I'd take a look at it. It's going to be VOD, I believe. I didn't write that all down, but if you Google it, uh, it's called Live Evil. You may want to put Tony Todd and Live Evil, and you for sure should find it. And then you'll be able to have a look at it. Even, I'm going to put the trailer when I put this. This is my YouTube video. I'm going to put the trailer on my website, which is terrorsindependentvoice.com. And then you can kind of see the feel of the film, because you really don't get the feel of the film by me talking to you. And your perception of the film is going to be different from mine. And that's why there's people like me to kind of give you a start. Okay, this person thought this. I want to watch this movie and see what I think. And it could be different, it could be exactly the same, or you could have, you know, just completely different and love the film or completely hated it. But that's about every film. You know, some people hate Gone with the Wind, but it's still a classic movie that runs for 4 hours. So what are you going to do? So yeah, I will put a link in the bottom to my website to this review when I get it up. So it may not be there. Please come back and look. This is actually not the first review I've done on this channel. However, the other ones have gone missing. Somebody didn't like their review and stole all of them. But no, I just reviewed it, and I don't want to do it over again. Although I could go see it again, and then we could do it over again. But so I will put a link, and in the meantime, I'll try to find the other film reviews. They've got to be there somewhere, and I will find them. Okay, this is Tara from tarasindependentvoice.com and Tara's Independent Voice here on YouTube. Please have a good week. In my world right now, it's Monday. It's Monday in your world too, but maybe just not this Monday. Who knows when you're going to watch this, but you will watch it, won't you? I will be coming up with a giveaway, and you will be getting, whoever wins, will be getting 2 tickets to the theater of their choice to see the movie of their choice. 2 tickets to one person to see a movie. However, I have no subscribers, so basically right now I'm talking to myself. I do that well. So, I would like subscribers. So, if you're watching this, please subscribe and then hit notifications and then hit like if you like the video and then leave a comment. Say, I want to win tickets, or make any comment you want to make about the video, about me, about the movie, anything you want, and then you'll be in the drawing, no matter how bad it is. No matter how bad it is.